এবারে স্টার্ট করেন।
Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? I wish you all are well by the great grace of Almighty Allah. You know that COVID-19 has made a great change in the world. And with the changing circumstances, we could not continue our classes. We are not able to take our classes properly. So, we have taken the initiatives to take our class through online by the guidelines of respected government People's Republic of Bangladesh under the supervision of Ministry of Education, NAEM Local Education Office, our respected SMC, St. Xavier's High School, Khulna, my respected head sir, who always give me good guidelines for taking good classes to bring benefit for our students, who always try to inspire us, to encourage us, to motivate us to do something better, to make a team effort so that we can make good result of our students, we can bring good luck for our institutions, we can bring rapport for our institution. We can bring rapport for our institution. I also express my thanks to my dear madam, who also always take good care of us, my dear colleagues and dear students. Very good morning to you all. Now it is the season of autumn. Autumn brings many happiness for us. The white cloudless sky, the green fields full of greeneries brings happiness, pleasure in our mind. Dear students, let's start our class. Can you remember where we have gone to our picnic last year? Did you join the picnic? Dear students, did you join the picnic last year? Can you remember where we have gone for picnic last year? Yes, you are right. Last year we have gone to picnic. We have gone for picnic to Shagordari. Why we have gone to Shagordari? Yes, you are right. We have gone to Shagordari to know about one of our great poets, one of the best poets of Bengali literature, our dearest poet, to see the house, to see the motherland of our dearest poet, Michael Madhusudan Dutt. There are many beautiful places of our country. We can go to picnic, we can go to visit many places. But I think among the places, among the things that attract us most is some literary works, some literary contribution. As we are the students, as you are the students, as we are the teachers, we all have great love and respect and thanks to our literary genius. And there is no denying the fact that the place Shagordari become a place of our pleasure, become a place of our visiting, place of our worship, only for that great person, and he is no other than the sonnet writer of Bengali literature, one of the best writers of Bengali literature for all time, the first epic writer of Bengali literature, Michael Madhusudan Dutt. Michael Madhusudan Dutt was one of the best talents of Bengali literature, and we know about the tragic history of his life. So today we are going to learn about him. So dear students, can you guess what we are going to read today? We are going to read today Unit 12. and the heading of Unit 12 is roots. Heading of Unit 12 is roots. What is the learning outcomes? Why we learn this unit? We learn this unit so that we can practice something, we can practice many things. Especially after the end of the class, I wish each and every of you will be able to participate in conversations and discussions and debate. Every class has some learning outcomes. We have a definite target, we have a motto. Before starting the class, we set the target that after completing this class, you will be able to develop some of your ideas, develop some faculties. And from this class, I wish you will develop your listening faculties, speaking faculties, and reading faculties. And you will get some ideas about our topic sentence. Especially, you will participate in conversations and debates. Exchange personal information. From reading this unit, you will be able to exchange your personal information. Narrate incidents and events in a logical sequence. You will be able to present some information one after one, eventually. Present own ideas, give and ask information. You will be able to present your own ideas, you will be able to generate your thoughts and ideas. You will be able to write some small compositions, and most importantly, you will take part in the discussion. Okay, dear students, from the Unit 12, we will practice many things, and our today's particular topics is lesson 3, the return of the native. The return of the native. So please open your textbook and follow Unit 12, lesson 3, the return of the native. So actually, who returned to his native land? It is no other than Michael Madhusudan Dutt, who returned to his native land from a foreign land. After living there for many years, after studying there for many years, he returned to his native land. So read the following text. Let us go to read about the text, and before reading the text, we should practice some vocabs so that you can make some of your lesson enjoyable. You can practice some of your lesson easier. So, like every class, we wish to go to learn some vocabs. Please sit down with your pen and paper to write down some vocabs. Please write down celebrate. Celebrate. Not celebrated. Who has already, do you know what is the meaning of the word celebrated? Who become famous. Celebrated means become famous. Popular. So, dear students, we have got a very nice word, celebrate, celebrated, celebrated. That means famous, popular, renowned. Can anybody make a sentence from this word? Anybody? Can anybody make a sentence from this word? Yes, the word is celebrated, means popular. Can anybody make a sentence? Yes, undoubtedly. Michael Madhusudan Dutt was a very famous poet. Michael Madhusudan Dutt was a celebrated poet. We welcome, some of the celebrated personalities of our country. We recollected some famous personalities, celebrated personalities like Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who initiated our independence. We also recollect the celebration of Sher Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq, who fought against the British regime and fought for our independence. So they were our celebrated personalities. So write another word, dramatist. 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 Can anybody tell what is the meaning of the word dramatist? Dramatist means who prepare drama, who write drama, who act on a drama, who acts an activities related with drama, who writes plays. Who writes plays, who compose plays, who writes dramas. So, can anybody make any sentence from the word dramatist? Shakespeare is called the greatest dramatist of the world. Shakespeare is one of the best dramatists of the world. Shakespeare is one of the best dramatists of the world because there are many dramatists in this world and they have written many drama by which we can see the reflection. We can see the reflection of our society through different characters that gives us pleasure. Undoubtedly, in our country, in Bengali literature, Michael Madhusudan Dutt is one of the best dramatists. So, please write another word, sophisticated. Please write another word, sophisticated. Sophisticated. Can anybody remember the word sophisticated? Anybody? Can anybody tell what is the meaning of that sophisticated? Sophisticated means latest. Latest. Up to date. Up to date. Renewed, sophisticated. Can anybody make a sentence? Yes. Michael Madhusudan Dutt was born in a sophisticated Hindu families. Earlier times, this land were occupied by most of the people of Hindu religion and they were divided into different castes and conventions. But among them, a group of people who were influential in society with their education, with their financial abilities, and we call them sophisticated people. So, write another word, converted. 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 So, what is the meaning of the word converted? Converted means changed, turned, converted. Changed, turned. Who has accepted new things, who has taken a new shape, a reshape. This is called converted. Can anybody make a sentence with the word converted? Anybody? Yes. Michael Madhusudan Dutt changed his religion, Hinduism, and accepted a new religion, Christianity. So he was converted to Christianity. Michael Madhusudan Dutt was converted to Christianity. Then write another word, ayar. Ayar. Can anyone tell what is the meaning of the word ayar? Ayar means protest, opposition, protest, opposition. The meaning of the word ayar means protest, protested, opposition. Can anybody make a sentence? From his boyhood, Michael Madhusudan was a very learned person. His teachers identified him as a precious child, as a valued child. He was something better, learned, significant than others. But when he started falling weak to Christianity, his family protested him, but avoiding the protest of the family members, he accepted Christianity and migrated to European countries. So, according to the word ayar, despite of the ayar, much of the ayar of the family, Michael went to West and accepted Christianity and exercised the new religion, Christianity. Next, write another word. Write another word. Adopted. Adopted. That means adopted, to take, to lend. To borrow, to take, to borrow from somewhere else, to take from somewhere else. Can anybody make a sentence from the word adopted? Yes. Adopted. He has a family name, Madhusudan Dutt. From the inheritance of his father, he got the name. Despite of his name, he accepted another name, Michael. He adopted the name Michael. So, write another word, precious. 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 Can you spell the word precious? Precious. Precious. Precious means value. Value. Elite. Eminent. Eminent. Precious. Expensive. Valued. Can anybody make a sentence from the word precious, from the word valued? Yes. From his early days, Michael's teacher accepted him. Michael's teacher considered him that he is a precious child, valued child. He is intellectual. He is something extraordinary. So they give him title talented one, precious one. So Michael was a very precious child from his boyhood. Okay, dear students, please open your textbook and look at the picture. Do you know this person? Actually, can you remember who is this person? Yes. This person is no other than Michael Madhusudan Dutt. So we are going to read about this great writer Michael Madhusudan Dutt. Michael Madhusudan Dutt, properly known as Madhusudan. So, in family, everybody called him Madhusudan. Was a celebrated 19th century Bengali poet and dramatist. There are many famous poets and dramatists of our country. He is one of them. He was born in Shagordari on the bank of the river Kapotakha. So we have a question in here. Where was he born? Where was he born? Where was he born? Michael Where was Michael born? Where was Michael born? So, in every line we have some questions and we have some answer. So, you will read the text, simultaneously you will generate the question and you will give the answer. He was born in Shagordari on the bank of the Kapotakha river. So, you know that Bangladesh is a riverine country. Bangladesh is a country of rivers. There are many rivers in Bangladesh. One of the biggest rivers of Bangladesh is Padma or the Ganges. The river Padma has many branches, many tributaries. The river Padma has many tributaries, many branch rivers. One of the branch rivers of Padma is Mathabhanga. One of the branch rivers of Padma is Mathabhanga. Mathabhanga is a very famous river from Padma. One of the branch river of Padma is Gorai. The river follows through Kustia. These big rivers follow through Kustia. From Gorai, some other rivers also followed, and one of the rivers followed in the southwestern part of Bangladesh through Jhanaidah, Jashur, Satkhira and formed to the Bay of Bengal. And the name of this big river is Kapotakha. Kapotakha is a very long river, very famous river, and Michael was born on the bank of the river Kapotakha. So, what is the birthplace? Where was Michael born? So, Michael was born on the bank of river Shagordari, Kapotakha, a village of Keshapur, Upazila under Jashur district. So, where was Michael born? Michael born in a village on the bank of the river Kapotakha. The name of the village is Shagordari. It is situated at Keshapur in Jashur. From his early age, Dr. aspired to be an Englishman in form and manner. His father was a landlord. He has a big land. He has many lands. And as a rich man, he has a big house. In his house, he has big library. His parents has big library. There are many books. There he got the chance of reading many English books. So reading these English books from his boyhood, he became the Englishman in his manner, in his character. He started thinking himself as an Englishman. Though he was born in a sophisticated Hindu family, though he was born in a rich family, he converted to Christianity as a young man. From his younghood, from his boyhood, he started practicing Christianity despite of the opposition of his family. As a young man, much to the ire of his family, he adopted the Christianity. He adopted Christianity and accepted the first name Michael, his surname Michael. In his childhood, he was recognized by his teachers as a precious child. When he was a student of schools, all of his teachers could realize that he is something special as a child, and so the teachers valued him as a precious child. with a literary gift of literary talents. He has some special intelligence. His early exposure to English education and European literature at home and his college inspired him to imitate the English in taste, manners, and intellect. So, on the basis of his home education, reading more and more English poems, dramas, literature, knowing about the lifestyle of the Western people, for the presence of the British in the subcontinent, being inspired by their intelligence, he accepted Christianity and turned into Christian and European Western in his mind and intellect. Since his adolescence, he started believing that he was born on the wrong side of the planet. As he has turned into an Englishman, he thinks that he should be born in a native English country. But unfortunately, he has come to the opposite side of the world, and this is the society was unable to appreciate his talent. And certainly his thought was right, because most of the people of our Indian subcontinent, especially in Bangladesh, was uneducated. There was not much exercise of education in the society. There was not much exercise of education in his house. People did not know English. They could not speak in English. They have no English literature. So he was disheartened. He also believed that the West would be more receptive to his creative genius, and he was happy thinking that he will be able to do better. He will be able to exercise better literature living in the Western countries, living in the native English countries. Madhusudan was an ardent follower of the famous English poet Lord Byron. One of the famous English revealed poet is Lord Byron, who inspired Michael much, and being inspired by his literature, Michael started following him as his idol. So after adopting Christianity, he went to Europe and started composing poems and plays in English. And going to France, going to Europe, he started practicing English literature. They showed his higher level of intellectual ability. He has given them the higher intelligence of intellectuality and literature. However, he failed to gain the right appreciation, but he was not accepted wholeheartedly, sincerely. To his utter frustration, he found that he was not esteemed as a native writer of English literature. Then the English writers was all famous, very famous all over the world, but it was very surprising for him that the English people, the English learned community, the English educated society did not give him much value. He was also neglected by them. He was not given honor as he wished. Out of his frustration, Bangla named Kapotakha. So he was frustrated, he was very much frustrated. But following the literature, he studied first Bengali sonnet Kapotakha. What is sonnet? What is sonnet? Sonnet is a 14-lined poem. What is sonnet? What is sonnet? Sonnet is a type of poem that consists in 14 lines. The first 8 lines is called octave, where the poet gives his experience, and the last 6 sentences is called sestet, where the poet follows the consequence. To his utter frustration, he found that he was not esteemed as a native writer of English literature. Out of his frustration, he composed a sonnet in Bangla named Kapotakha. Shato thena tumi paramar mane shato tumari kotha bhabiye birole. You all have read this in your textbook. Very nice poem, which earned his huge reputation in Bangla. And for writing this sonnet, he became very popular to Bangla. Gradually, he could realize that his true identity lay in Bengal and was a sojourner in Europe. And he understood that his ordinary poem has great appreciation in his country, in Bangladesh, but in Europe he was not given much honor. So he started writing Bengali. Afterwards, he regretted his frustration for England and the West. He came back to Bengal and devoted himself to Bengali literature from this period. He has written the first Bangla epic, Meghnad Bad Kabya. So he has 2 contributions. One is sonnet and another is epic. Do you know what is epic? What is epic? Epic is a big poem. What is epic? Epic is a big poem. In Bengali we call it Mahakabya. So he is the forerunner, he is the herald of Bengali sonnet and Bengali epic, and writing the famous Bengali epic Michael Madhusudan Dutt writing the famous Meghnad Badh Kavya. He became so popular, so famous all over the Bengali community. Finally, he got his right position, he got his right realization, he turned his realization that actually he tried to be a Western, but he's not a Western. He is a native people of Bangladesh, and his mother language is Bengali, and he has the appreciation in Bangla, but he was not appreciated in English literature or English field or English art. So we welcome him to our literature, and fortunately for his turning to Bengali literature, we got this literary genius, and we are indebted to him, and the people of this country are very much indebted to him for his great genius work. Very much unfortunately, Sagodari is not so famous because till 200 years the government has not established a university in Sagodari. From this class, I earnestly request to the government, People's Republic of Bangladesh and Ministry of Education to establish a literary university, in Sagodari, to establish a big university in Sagodari, so that the people of this area get the opportunity of higher education. There are some educational institutions also, surrounding institutions. One of them is Sagodari Michael Institution. It is not still governmentized, so we will request the government to establish a government school, and we will request the government to make Sagodari Michael Institution governmentized, and they will establish a big theatre here so that we the people can get the taste of literature. Thank you all. Thank you very, very much. Assalamu alaikum. Madam, sir. Koi, madam koi. Madam koi.